Hey Internet, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the Jongravesshow. Show. Talking to everybody about Musume this week, and of course another two-parter this week. Because really, this series is actually really interesting, and even though they don't really do all that much, they still sort of have their little miniature lessons like sprinkled about, which actually makes the series come off just a little bit better than most. And this episode, Rachnius pretty much came into the house, and she's adjusting pretty much as well as everybody else is. She has a slight infatuation with Kimihito, and to Mia's objection, she doesn't like the fact that she calls him honey, even though she's the one who calls him master and so on. Well, actually, I think that's Saria who calls him master, and pretty much he has different nicknames for pretty much every single girl in this series. So that is a crazy thing there. Also, cutting into this thing is that Saria is trying to stick close to Kimihito because, of course, she doesn't like Rachnia because Rachnia is actually really aggressive and is also very upfront with how she treats him, even though, you know, her whole thing is way more sexual, it's still more or less like, well, now she's actually the more mature person in this dang on series, as she has pretty much like tried to seduce him in the bathroom, in his bedroom, and early in the morning, ever since, well, Saria was there in the morning, but there's that. So Saria takes him, leaves, and then takes him out into the town, in which that she lets the bomb hit, in which that being a non-human, that does actually sort of hurt her a little bit, and the others, probably because of the people who actually stare at them. And some people like that, their stares, they may be innocent, but they're still just staring at them for no reason, just like they're a sideshow attraction. Even though most people, they do look at her titties and shit, but it's more or less of like, you know, some people they're like, what the fuck is that? It's it's human / horse, you know, and that really isn't. And what she's saying has been backed up since, of course, the racist couple comes up, do their little spiel of trying to fuck with her for no reason. I still don't know why they keep fucking with Kimihito or anybody else. I don't know why they're not out in jail by now, but all in all, that's what leads to that. And then Rachnia ties them up and scares the living shit out of one of them, and then tells Saria, listen, you're free to dislike me, whatever. Then she moves on. And of course, Saria, she sees that, and they both make up. They still don't like each other, or at least Saria, she doesn't like Rachnia, but it turns into a fun thing there. The next, the next half of this is Kimihito's sick, and none of the monster girls can really do anything to sort of help him when he's sick, because if they do, it could turn into the bird flu, which could go out and actually affect other people, and it could lead to a widespread, like a different type of disease, which could cause problems for everybody else. Or at least that's the idea. But in all actuality, the only reason why Smith said that is because so she could get out of work and she could take a nap, and that's pretty much what she did. So all the girls, they send Sue in, who doesn't have any bodily organs or pretty much or whatnot, and she goes on and she heals Kimihito. Actually, she's a very different slime all together, because of the very simple fact is that she's actually really friendly and docile. I guess that's probably because she's the blue slime. But they send her in to go and care for him. First off, with the whole thing of, what was it? It was checking his temperature. She did it right until his face went into her face and she almost drowned him. Then, of course, the second one was take this cold mermaid bath, which he has to stay in for a week, and that's like, that could kill him. Then Mia gave him some rice porridge, which had white chocolate and a whole bunch of other things that don't make rice pudding in it. And Sue ate it. She's perfectly fine. Then finally, the creepiest of them all was who was it? It was Poppy, when she told him to like sleep in her wings. But then she made she made some water variations of the wings, but that scared the shit out of him. So he was like, yeah, probably shouldn't do that. Then after that, everything just turned sexual of them like just rubbing breasts on him and shit like that. And of course, with Sue doing that, and she feels just like a normal human, I would assume, you know, because her body's still, even though it's liquid, it still has a solid base behind it. So I'm like, well, yeah, that's something right there. And to the point where like he passes out. She reads his mind and finds out that the reason why he got sick is because he gave her his umbrella when she ran off outside when it was raining real hard. And of course her body was melted. Of course, if the rain hits her, her body will actually melt away. So he gave her his umbrella, told her that everybody was worried about him, brought it back. He got sick because of her. And apparently she has the ability to filter water through her breasts into his mouth, breastfeeding him, giving him her healing ability to wipe away all sickness. I swear, she's so fucking useful. It's so weird. I wish slimes, man, were like the first enemy in all our RPGs. They are so fucking useful in this series. But then it cuts him that, and then she says that of course she loves her master. That's what he is, and of course she cares for him. Honestly, that leads to something positive. And Smith gets sick, and her teammates say that they can't do nothing about it. But that is the end of this episode. And so it's actually really fun, really cool, and really quaint, and something that I actually, if this series turned into a battle series, honestly, it would be really cool. I mean, like, if they just took this entire series, this concept and these characters, and flipped it around aside, man, from them being at home and being a love story to a combat series, it would be really cool. But that is what I got to say about that. Please tell me what do you think about this down there in the comment section. I'll catch you guys on the next Jongravesshow. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.